सुप्तेषु जागृति कामं 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 कामोषो पुरुषो निर्मिमाणः तदेव शुक्रं तद्ब्रह्मा तदेवामृतमुच्यते तस्मिन् लोकः शतः सर्वे तदूनाद्यति कश्चन एतद्द्वैता
Dear members, we all have joined for the condolence meeting of the senior member of our profession, CA, Mr. P.K. Kurian, who has passed away the last. In this occasion, I would like to welcome you all on behalf of the management committee of Thiruvananthapuram branch of ICAI, and let us all stand up for a few seconds to pray for his family. Thank you all. You all know that CA P.K. Kurian was a gentleman and was an example to each one of us in the practicing profession. When Mr. Sajeev, chartered accountant, called me in the night last Sunday and told about his demise, I was feeling that one of the senior members is also missing from that day onwards. So in this occasion, I would like to remind that he is survived by his wife, Leela Kurian, and his daughter, Anjana Kurian, and his son, Shyam Kurian. Both Anjana and Shyam are alumni of CET Engineering College, Trivandrum, and they are doing well in their profession. In this occasion, I would like to invite the senior member, CA Pankaj C. Govind, who was very close to P.K. Kurian, to say a few words. And sir, Pankaj sir.
Yeah, good morning, fellow chartered accountants and friends. We have joined together on this virtual platform to condole the death of one of our senior most members, Sri P.K. Kurian, who left for heavenly abode on 5th of July at 9 p.m. I know that he was battling the dreadful disease, cancer, for over 1 year, and he succumbed to that about a week ago. Sri Kurian, an outstanding chartered accountant, was a man of few words, but always has been very warm, friendly and affectionate. I have known him since 1984 when I had come from Cochin to Trivandrum and used to participate in the institute meetings along with my great senior P.A. Godar Maharaja, one of the noblest of the professionals and the finest of human beings whom I have known and worked with for long. Mr. Godaramaraja was very close to Mr. Kurian, and thereby I got introduced. And from that day onwards, he has been always very warm and affectionate to me. Whenever I meet him, calling my name Panget C. He used to call me Panget C. And whenever I used to participate at the institute meetings, he has always appreciated and has been a source of encouragement to me. I know that he was a senior guru to many of the chartered accountants in Trivandrum, and he left his guru who has left a training path for his students and article clerks to follow in the years ahead. And one of whom I know is Alex Kuriakos. The void created by Sri P.K. Kurian amongst the senior members in the profession and amongst his students and well-wishers will remain there for times to come. It cannot be filled up that easily or made up, because one thing outstanding about him was that he was always smiling and was very affectionate, holding me by hand and exchanging pleasantries and all that. So he's a great human being, an outstanding professional, as I have known from various sources. And many of his clients and many of his students who have told me that he has been an outstanding guru. I most sincerely pray to the Almighty that his soul remains blessed in heaven and in eternal peace. The death is only of the physical infrastructure of the body. The soul continues and takes birth in different bodies, as my friend and philosopher Jose Zachariah used to write in the Facebook. The soul is omnipotent, but then the ego created by God called Maya, makes us feel that we are in physical structure and together, and that feeling causes bondage, affection among us. That one person departs, we feel absolutely tragic and agonized, and we miss his noble and noble presence in our company and on this planet. I wish his family and his partners and his students I pray to God that they be given the strength and the fortitude to withstand the loss that has encompassed them. Thank you. Thank you, sir, for giving me the opportunity.
So thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now I would like to invite Mr. Jose Zachariah, Chartered Accountant, the senior member and the person who was also close to Mr. P.K. Kurian in this occasion.
Chairman of the branch, C.N. Parameshwaran, Central Council members, Central Council member and friend of all of us, Babu Abraham Kallevail. I think he is also in the Zoom meeting. Faculty of today's webinar, Sri Ranjit Kumar, bereaved family members of late Sri P.K. Kurian, fellow chartered accountants, committee members, and friends. We are now on the Zoom meeting, half an hour before the commencement of today's webinar on professional ethics, to pay tribute to our senior member, C.A. P.K. Kurian, who left for his heavenly abode a few days back. This condolence meeting is in tune with the noble tradition our branch has been following all along. I had closely known late Sri P.K. Kurian for more than 3 decades. I have a lot of fond memories about him, but I would narrate only a few of such memories due to want of time. Apart from being a professional colleague, both of us were members of Weissman's Club of Trivandrum. That time, his father, late C. P.K. Korid, was also a member of that club. He was a very prominent figure in Trivandrum. In 2004-5, I was the district governor of District 1 of Weissman's Club in Trivandrum and Kanyakumari district, comprising about 20 clubs. And he was my immediate successor as a district governor for 2005-6. Those days, we used to meet quite frequently and engage in lengthy discussions in club meetings. I also, one funny incident I would like to narrate is, I also remember having sold him 100 shares of Federal Bank for, I think, less than 10 rupees a share. And I think at that time, he was the director of Federal Bank. Those days, I was staying in a rented house in Plymouth, just half a kilometer away from where he was living. In a way, he was my neighbor in the sense that I had bought a plot of land very near to his house. Of course, I sold it off at a later stage. He was a very noble, unassuming, soft-spoken and friendly person. And I miss him a lot. The sweet memories about him get added into my memory with that of late George K. Pulimud, Chitra Devarajan, and Venugopal. We were all in the same executive committee for 3 years. Only Suresh Mohan and myself are now alive from that committee. His sudden departure is a great loss to his family members, relatives, friends, and for all of us. I would like to supplement Mr. Pankaj about the philosophical side of death, and he also mentioned my name in his condolence speech. Nobody knows what happens after death. So though each religion has its own versions and beliefs, but belief need not be a fact. Anyway, it is always good to remember that awaiting all of us, and that life on this planet is transient and momentary. That puts an end to all our attachments, possessions, personal excellence. Might make us better human beings, less violent, more loving, and more inward looking. Instead of all the time thinking about auditing, tax laws, and studying about ethics to be observed for practicing them, I think we should be little more inward looking also. I conclude my condolence speech. I don't want to prolong, due to constraints of time, I don't want to prolong it further. I conclude my condolence speech about our senior member, Sri P.K. Kurian, ardently praying to God to give strength and courage to the bereaved family to accept the reality that he is no more physically present with them and move forward confidently. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the touching message you have given to all the members. Now I invite CA Alex Kuriakose, who was his article. You all know Mr. Alex Kuriakose, Tajuddin sir, and Gauthaman sir were articles of Mr. P.K. Kurian. And I now invite Mr. Alex sir to give the message. Thank you.
Good morning, Chairman C.A. Anil, Central Council Member Babu Abraham Kalliveli, senior members of our branch, fellow members, and family members of Kurian sir. C.A. P.K. Kurian sir, who was an integral part of C.A. fraternity of Trivandrum for nearly half a decade, passed away 2 weeks back. He was practicing our profession since 1972 and was actively associated with our branch. I had the fortune of undergoing CA articleship under him. He was soft-spoken and highly knowledgeable. CA N. Gauthaman, CA M. Tajuddin, and CA D.S. Sri Ganesh are other members of our branch who were his students. We are all very much obliged to him for the guidance, motivation, support, and blessings given to us in plenty for becoming members of this prestigious institute. Kurian sir is the son of Sri P.K. Koruth, a renowned personality in the capital city. He was one of the partners of Marthandam Commercial Bank, a prominent money lending firm in private sector, having 14 branches located in Kerala and Tamil Nadu. This firm was merged with Federal Bank Limited in early 70s, and Koruth sir became a director in Federal Bank for life term. But consequent to the amendment made by Reserve Bank of India in the terms of directors of scheduled banks, Koruth sir retired and Kurian sir succeeded him as director in Federal Bank. He served as director of Federal Bank for nearly 8 years, along with carrying on the practice of the profession of chartered accountancy in Trivandrum. He also served as director in various companies in the private sector. He was also actively associated with various social and cultural organizations, which included Rotary Club, Wise Men's Club, YMCA, Rose Society, etc. In all these organizations, he held various offices up to the position of president and was instrumental in making landmark achievements during his tenure. His spouse, Leela Kurian, has also completed CA articleship under Kurian sir, and she is also very active in various social and cultural organizations. The couple is blessed with a son and daughter. Both are software engineers, well placed, and now residing with their family in Bangalore. For the last 2.5 years, he was undergoing treatment for cancer. On Sunday, 5th July, he left for his heavenly abode at the age of 77. Due to triple lockdown in Trivandrum, most of us could not pay our last respects to him physically. Today, on the 14th day of his demise, we remember his distinguished service as a chartered accountant and also his services through various social and cultural organizations to the community and pay our respects to him. I join all members of our branch in praying for his soul to rest in eternal peace and for giving enough strength to his family to bear this irreparable loss. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The tribute by the Shishya to Guru. Thank you so much, Alex sir. And now I invite the Central Council member of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, Mr. C.A. Babu Abraham Kalivaili, to say a few words. Babu sir. Babu sir. Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. It is.
Am I audible?
Yeah, yes, audible.
Yeah. Ranjit Bhai has joined or he is set to join?
He said to join, sir.
Okay. Can I start?
Yeah, sir. Please start.
Yeah. Good morning to all my distinguished members of the Trivandrum branch of the Institute, Chairman Anil Parmeswaran. Chairman is at, I can see Chairman is at the branch, and other office bearers. I think, first of all, I would like to pay my tributes to one of our senior member, Kurian sir. I think I've been regularly meeting him whenever I used to come to Trivandrum for our CPE meetings. He used to be a regular presence in our CPE meetings, and I'm sure he has been a great loss to the branch, because he has been a constant support for various activities of the branch. Because of the COVID situation, we have not been able to personally come and convey the condolences to the family, because normally whenever a member demise, I used to try to reach out to the member's family personally. Therefore, Chairman, kindly convey my condolences to the family of Kurian sir. And I don't know, Chairman, Kurian
sir.
sir's any of the children are member?
No. They are all software engineers.
Okay.
Products
Then
of
how
CET.
is what happens to his professional practice?
So practice, it has stopped.
Okay, fine. I'm sure if any of our member requires support for the continuance, I'm sure our members will do that, so that the clients are not in trouble. And today, I think we are fortunate to have Ranjit Bhai, when he is joining? Chairman, did you find out?
We are on contacting. We are on the course of contacting him, sir.
Okay. Fine, because I thought, because he was very particular, I should be there. Therefore, I thought I will speak to him, when anyway, by the time when he joins, I think I'll have a brief on today's topic. I think I should congratulate the chairman for selecting one of the most topical topic of professional importance, the code of ethics. And you got one of the best speaker through Ranjit Agarwal, who is the distinguished member in the Central Council, who has been practically responsible for launching the new code of ethics. In fact, last year when he was the chairman of the Ethical Standard Board, Ranjit Bhai, welcome, sir. I think you are to unmute. Yeah.
Now, actually, the host was not allowing me to speak. Now I'm speaking.
Thank you, sir. Sir, the whole purpose of the meeting is you have to speak. I was just telling our distinguished members that they have been fortunate to get you as a speaker, because you are as the chairman of the Ethical Standard Board during last year has finalized this code of ethics. Therefore, and in fact made it effective from 1st of July to 2020. And therefore, I'm sure there will be absolute clarity when Ranjit Bhai speak to you regarding the code of ethics. We first started with the code of conduct in the year 1963. The first edition was of a code of ethics for the members, and this has been constantly being evolved over a period to address the contemporary requirements. As all of us know, ethics is a kind of behavior inbuilt between us. Whatever we publish as for mandatory compliance, but I'm sure end of the day, it's up to us. How would we take this code of ethics in our day-to-day life and day-to-day professional life? The fourth edition of the code has included certain relaxations made regarding the publicity of the members, because till then there was stringent restrictions on regarding any kind of publicity. Then we have the seventh edition where we included that CA logo, and probably still it is being debated regarding responding to the tenders which has been permitted, because as all of us know, government and semi-government organizations are very particular to discover the cost of the professional services, and they were of the view that only through tenders they will be able to do that. But tenders have done, internally we know a lot of damages, and this is the 11th edition, which was published in 2009, for the first time tried to converge with the provisions of the International Ethical Standards Board. And now this new edition, new Code of Ethics for the first time has got 3 volumes. The first volume is largely been aligned with the Code of Ethics of the International Ethical Standards Board, ISBA, and volume 2 is largely relating to the domestic provisions, and volume 3 is the case reference. I'm sure Ranjit Bhai will take through all these issues, and also in the last council we have made certain relaxations considering the COVID situation, which also I'm sure Ranjit Bhai will address. Therefore, I think it is imperative for every member, especially for the practicing members, to ensure that their activities, their behavior and their conduct is within the framework of the Code of Ethics. Otherwise, you can be taken to the disciplinary proceedings. Therefore, it is very, very important for all of us to have an insight on the new Code of Ethics. Ranjit Bhai, I should personally thank for joining us despite your busy schedule, because he is one of the most sought after speaker on Code of Ethics today across the country. Therefore, despite his hectic schedule, he has kindly been, and he is one of the true jewel in the Apex Council of the Institute, who is truly committed to the cause of that, because this code has been revised after a very long time, and it was a desire of the council to get it aligned with the ISBA code. And I'm honestly sharing with you, it is because of the single-handed efforts, because at least 4 or 5 times this has come to the council for discussion. Sometime we return back to the Ethical Standard Board for further discussions, but lot of effort has been put in to bring in this Code of Ethics. Therefore, congratulations to Ranjit Bhai for your yeoman service to the Institute. He is one of the council member from the Eastern region, and he has broke the all records while he got elected in the last elections with the highest number of votes in the history of the Eastern region. Therefore, I'm sure he is destined to become the top leader of the Institute, and I wish him all the very best. Over to you, over to the organizers. Thank you very much.